Yo, this is SoulDrum86 bringing you another video. We're going to be taking a look at the newest Triple H from the recent Legends line that they have with Mr. Perfect and um, my God, Greg Valentine, Greg the Hammer Valentine. I was blanking on who it was. I actually have now 3 out of the 4 figures. I don't have Ted DiBiase. I do need a new Ted DiBiase, but I want a new one in his wrestling gear because I've explained before the one that I have, his leg is broke. So I'm really wanting Mattel, and hopefully they do it one day. I wouldn't mind an Ultimates Ted DiBiase with the same type of gimmick that The Rock, where you can actually put his whole tracksuit on. They need to have it to where you can remove Ted DiBiase's suit, like put the suit on, have like a Velcro part, kind of like how they got like the Superstars figure. You know, they need to do that with just the the elites or the ultimates. Like, please make a Ted DiBiase like that, because I do not want Ted DiBiase just in the suit, man. I want the whole package. You know what I'm saying? So, but today we're taking a look at Triple H, and no, he does not come with this title, as most of you will already know. He does not come with this belt. I ended up putting this on him. I actually don't have too many of these titles. Like these heavyweight titles. This is the Attitude Era one. I probably have, let me see. I think I probably have 3 total. I got 3 total of these. I got a lot of the Winged Eagle titles. I got a lot of European titles. Tag team titles I got a lot of. Intercontinental titles I got a lot of. I do not have a lot of these belts right here. This is an underrated, I think. For me, this is an underrated WWE Championship belt. I thought these belts were cool. And this is that blue one. But I thought those belts were cool. He comes with his mesh, like the chainmail thing. I'll show what that looks like. I'd rather have the shirt on him. He comes with a couple extra hands, and he does come with this. Now I'm blanking on this, man, because this looks like a spray can. If it's not supposed to be a spray can and it's supposed to be a water bottle, then that's one thing, but it looks like it's a spray can. And I'm really foggy on when Triple H had that. Like I can't remember it. Like the fact that he came with it, I was like, what? Because normally when he comes with the water bottle, the water bottle looks like a water bottle. Just saying, it does. It looks like a water bottle. So, yeah. Actually, you know what I want to do first before anything? Now Triple H is one of my favorite wrestlers, right? My list is kind of long, but if I were to do top 5 wrestlers, right? This is in no order, but Shawn Michaels is number 1. I just want to get that out of the way. I'm not going to say, well, you know what? I already said Shawn Michaels first. So let me say Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Razor Ramon, Hogan, and Ultimate Warrior. That's like top 5. Yeah, I think that's top 5. That's my top 5. Stone Cold is in my top 10. He just didn't make my top 5. But I love Stone Cold. Don't get it twisted. I love Stone Cold, man. But if I'm being real, dang, man, Macho Man is out of my top 5 too. But I mean, I have to base it off of it's mainly basing off of like the wrestlers I really started gravitating to when I got old enough to understand like what was going on in wrestling. Again, I came up in the New Generation era, so like Triple H, when he first came in as Hunter Hearst Helmsley, I was a fan. Shawn Michaels, I became a fan of Shawn Michaels in like 1993, 94. And yeah, so yeah, Triple H is one of my favorite wrestlers, man. And I don't actually have as many Triple H figures as I would like. Certain ones I like skipped on that I kind of wish I didn't skip out on. But here's the ones that I do have. So I got the one that you're looking at. I got Hunter Hearst Helmsley. And I swear, I really would love a new version of this, man. The soft goods when it first came out was like, oh yeah, this looks cool. Now it's like, woo, it's looking kind of rough, man. Now this looks good. This is probably outside of the one that I'm about to do the little review on. This one is probably my favorite one. This is the one that came with China in that 2-pack. This is probably my favorite Triple H, man. Just the entrance gear and everything. See how better it looks? See how much better it looks? Like this, yes. This, no. Then I got the Triple H from, this was the Walgreens exclusive, where they also show or sold a Shawn Michaels DX version. So I got this version of Triple H. Not a fan of the face at all. This is when Mattel was still kind of hit or miss on their faces. And then I got older Triple H getting ready to soon run NXT. If he wasn't already running NXT at this point. But yeah. So let's get these other hunters out of the way. But yeah, man, let's take a look at this figure. So, by the way, this Triple H is also again continuing to fuel the fire of me wanting I'm gonna get it. Don't get it twisted. I'm gonna get it. But getting the ultimate Raw's War ring. Because like I said, I got a pretty good Attitude Era collection. So it's like, I would like to do reviews and have them in their respective era ring wise. You know what I mean? So yeah. So we got Triple H. I actually dig this figure a lot. Now, I don't know how new this is. I feel like this Triple H has been done before, if I'm not mistaken. I think this Triple H I could be wrong, but I think I've seen this face before. But yeah, this looks cool. Got the HHH on the trunks. I like this, man. I do. I really, really do. Dig the knee pads. All of it. Stay in focus, camera. Come on. Stay in focus, man. But I like this, man. I think it's pretty dope. Now, let's see. Let's give him his alternate look. You got to take the head off. I'm doing this off camera because I don't want to bump the camera. So here we go. I don't like this one as much. I almost wish that this was a cloth material too. I think it would work better if it was a cloth material. That's just me. That's just my opinion. But yeah, I like the shirt. I think he looks better in the shirt, if I'm being honest. It looks better in the shirt, and I think it's because this part isn't soft goods. I think if it was soft goods, it'd be a little bit better. But it's not, and so this is what we have. And then I actually don't like the other hand, the way that it fits into the peg hole, because it kind of comes out. If you could see, well, it stayed that time, but you see how loose it is? It's very loose. So I don't even like that hand. I much prefer the fist hand, which I believe is what he comes into the package with. Then I have another loose joint, the ankle joint right here. Woo, boy, that bad boy is loose. Y'all see, I barely touched that. This one though, you got to apply some pressure. It's still a little loose. It's looser than it normally is. So far so good. He's not having any trouble standing up. But yeah, I was a little annoyed at how loose that was, man. Because these ankle joints on these Elite figures, boy, I'm telling you, that's the one thing I wish Mattel would retool is these ankles, man. They're not always the best. Like, if I'm being honest, if we're all being honest with ourselves, it's not always the best. Just saying. But this Triple H is really, really good. I like it. I'm very happy I have it in my collection. And when I get my ring, uh, I think I might do like um, just a little showcase of the Attitude Era figures that I do have. Um, I do wish I would have got Billy Gunn and Road Dogg. Road Dogg you can still find for a cheap price. Billy Gunn is too expensive now because he's in AEW and he's probably not gonna ever have another WWE figure unless he would leave AEW. But he's with the Acclaim now, and he's a big part of their wow. He's a big part of their see that's that ankle, man. I think it's because of that loose ankle. Uh, he's a big part of what they do behind the scenes too. I think he's like one of the coaches there. So I'm really like, I'm really smacking myself in the head for not getting a Billy Gunn. To wow, really? Come on, Hunter. What are we doing here? See, I was messing with the ankle to show y'all how loose it was, and now he's not standing up at all. But yeah, that's the one figure that I wish I would have gotten, man. I really wish I would have got that one. What else? I do have an X-Pac, which I'm happy about. I do have a DX X-Pac, but man, I should have gotten and I saw them too. It's not like Billy Gunn was hard for me to like ever find in stores. When that series came out, that Legends wave, it was all DX themed. Like, yeah, I should have got them. Because I like I like Billy Gunn and Road Dogg, the New Age Outlaws. I like them, and I never got a Billy Gunn fig. I don't know why. Don't know why. I just never. Eh, I think it might be because I'm partial to like the 90s and the 80s look, because like in figure form, if I'm being honest, right? In figure form, walk with me, talk with me real quick. The 80s wrestlers and the 90s wrestlers make the best action figures. If you look in the background right now, if you look at my 80s collection, which I have two different sections for the 80s and I have two different sections for the 90s, but you just can't see all of them. But if you look behind you, like if you look at Shawn Michaels, Tatanka, Doink, Bret Hart, Lex Luger, like they all kind of stand out. Big Boss Man, they all stand out because of the bright colors. You know, wrestlers used to have bright colors. The Attitude Era is kind of what started the whole trend of even the baby faces wearing black, you know, black boots, black trunks. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just, it became that type of era. And, you know, they still kind of do that to this day. It's starting to change a little bit. More wrestlers are starting to bring back colors nowadays. But for a while there, man, like Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression, there's a lot of wrestlers, the theme was all black. It's kind of funny because if you look at my Attitude Era section, I'm staring at it right now, you see like there's so many people wearing black. I got the Nation of Domination, black. Shawn Michaels got black pants on. You know, he doesn't have his red pants or white that he would typically wear in the 90s. He's got the black pants on. Triple H got the black pants on. Chyna's wearing black. Mankind's wearing dark brown. You know what I mean? Chris Jericho is wearing black. Rikishi's wearing black. Like, there's only so many wrestlers that I can see right now. Undertaker, he's always wore black, but Undertaker's wearing black. No gray. What is black? Just all black. So I think that's why when I buy these figures, I more so get the 80s and the 90s, not because I particularly like those eras better. And I love Attitude Era. Don't get me wrong. Like, Attitude Era was fun. It was like, you know, I think I've even talked about it before on video, but it was, you know, back in the day, what was it? Tuesday morning in school. Yo, did you watch Raw? Like that was all during the Attitude Era, the Monday Night Wars. That's all we talked about was what happened on Raw, what happened on Nitro. Especially like when the NWO came out. Like that's all we talked about. So don't get it twisted. I loved the Attitude Era. But like in retrospect, when I look back at it, you know what I mean? Like my favorite eras are the 90s and the 80s. That's just my thing, man. And definitely the 90s, because that's when I really came up in watching wrestling. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was still a baby, you know what I mean? Like I was a baby late 80s. I didn't know no better. I would see this stuff, but it was a lot of wrestlers still stayed around for a while, so I ended up seeing them like the tail end. Um, and my brother had so many videos recorded of that stuff, so I was able to see all of the WrestleManias and the Summer Slams and the Survivor Series and Saturday Night's Main Event. I was able to see all of that stuff because my brother had that stuff on tape. So that's how it, that's how I, saw grew the appreciation for like the 80s stuff. You know what I'm saying? But like I was saying, I just think that in figure form, they make the best figures because there's all these. I mean, look at Doink. Doink looks awesome. like the Doink figure just looks awesome, man. But I know I'm going off and talking about different things, but this is what I do. It's what I do. But I do like this figure, man. I'm glad, very, very glad I picked this Triple H up. I was actually gonna skip this Triple H too. I really was. I was the only ones that I really wanted was Greg the Hammer Valentine and Mr. Perfect. Those were the two on my list that I really, really wanted. But I'm not gonna get Ted DiBiase. I want a wrestling version of Ted DiBiase with soft goods, entrance gear, right? So that's what I want, man. But yeah, that's about it, man. I think I'm done. I think I'm done talking about the figure, man. I think that's it. I got another figure review coming. I got more gameplay stuff coming. Don't worry. I play my game very differently, just so everybody knows. I never really explained this. Like when my videos go up, I'm not playing that day, right? Like I play them all like on one day. Like usually my favorite time to play my game is especially for making content is like Saturday morning, right? I get up Saturday morning, I play through some matches and then I set everything up and then I just get everything ready to upload. Like it's really not that long of a process, especially with AEW Fight Forever because the matches can go kind of quick. It's really not that long of a process at all. That's the beauty of it. That is the beauty of it. So yeah. So yeah, I usually like to play and do all of my content, and then I have it uploaded and ready for the week. So it's all good. You know what I mean? So then I don't really have to like worry about it. And then other times too, I just like playing my game for myself. But as long as y'all enjoying the content, it's all good. But it is what it is. Let me end this video and stop being a jabberjaw. But thank you guys for tuning in as always, man. It's your boy Soul Drum 86, and I'm out. Peace.